As you have moved or are moving more and more of your services to the cloud, to the public cloud, assuming that you do, I mean, I guess everybody does. What do you see as new challenges that are related to this move, and where does it help you in terms of cybersecurity? I'm not speaking about, obviously, operational value.
So for us, the cloud is something, yes, we all have to look at. You have to really dive into your vendor management on that, because you have to look at what is the vendor using. Every one of them says, oh yeah, we have cloud. We're using Amazon Web Services. That's great. What are you doing for the security on it? Well, we're using Amazon Web Services. So that's where you need to ask the vendor, where are your controls on AWS? I mean, you have the different layering. And that when you start saying this to some vendors, all of a sudden they go, what? And it shouldn't be the end user telling a vendor, these are things you need to be doing. But the sales cycle, everybody's out there now selling things to protect us, and they have the greatest of everything. But when you get down to the nuts and bolts of what they have, sometimes they may have a great product, but they're not protecting your assets by you connecting through their cloud services.
That's a very important distinction, definitely. Richard, how do you see it?
Yeah, I agree 100%. I think cloud's a scary place. The realization and the meme that's out there that, my other computer or the cloud is just, someone else's computer is real, and anytime you put anything in the cloud, you're making a decision to hand effectively a child off to somebody else to manage and maintain. And you're hoping that they're going to take care of them the same way that you would. And whether that happens or not, I hope you're doing things like third-party vendor risk reviews, and, you're doing things to vet and review vendors before you enter into agreements with them in the cloud. But there's only so much you can do. And so there's always going to be that roll of the dice, I think, to a certain degree, an amount of trust required in order to accomplish certain things. And to be real, in today's day and age, it's difficult to maintain the type of on-premises infrastructure requirements with things like end-of-life support for devices and refreshes and things like that. It just gets expensive. So the cloud is for lack of a better word, it's sexy. Everybody wants it, because it's cheaper in the long run and easier to manage and maintain, because you can operationalize something super quickly, and you can operationalize it across multiple platforms and separate domains and unify otherwise separate domains. So it's absolutely, Brian's correct. It can be a dangerous game. It can be a dangerous game for sure.